Good morning, good day, and good afternoon, gentlefolk of the interwebs. This is Amplitude Rising. We're here with our introductory episode, or episode 0, to give you guys a chance to get to know us, the podcast, and what we're all about. So I'm Bjolin. I'm here with my co-host, Sean.
What's up, everybody?
And we're just going to go ahead and get into it a little bit. So, Sean, how about you go ahead and tell us what we've got going on here, what this podcast is?
All right, well, like my co-host just said, we are Amplitude Rising. We are located here in the great center of Orem, Utah, the great metropolis. And we've noticed over the last few years that there's quite the music scene around here. Between us here in Orem and down there in Provo.
Provo especially, yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's happening.
There is quite the music scene. Over the years, I've kind of seen a couple groups make it big. You got Neon Trees and you got Imagine Dragons. They're both native from Provo and Orem themselves, and we figured, well, why can't we help anybody else?
Yeah, exactly. Figure we'd give these local upcoming artists a chance to talk to us, talk to the world, share what it is that they do, share their dreams, their music, and, you know, we're just here trying to give them an outlet and really that opportunity to be who they are and let other people actually experience that as well.
So we have a list of questions here that we figured would be a good idea to answer for you guys, just to give a little bit of insight to who we are, what we're all about.
Anything really. I mean, I haven't really looked through this list yet, but they seem pretty personally invasive, so I think you guys might have a bit of fun with it. But okay, I'll go ahead and start with the first one. So, number 1, I think there are 40 of them. We will spare you, or I'm not going to read 40. But let's see, number 1. What would be harder for you, to tell someone you love them or that you do not love them back? Wow, starting off heavy. Okay. In my case, I'd say probably a little bit harder for me to say that I don't love them back because, I mean, I'm a guy and we're notorious for the whole, like, I love you after the first date, you know, kind of thing. But in terms of like actually crushing someone's soul, I think that might bother me just a bit more. What about you, Sean?
Well, that's a bit of a tough one because I kind of tend to be on the little shy side. So telling somebody that I love them, that gets a little difficult. But by the time you're at the point where you say that you don't love somebody, you already don't love them. All right, for our next question, we got, what do you think would be the hardest thing for you to give up on?
Ooh, hardest thing to give up on. I'll let you answer that first, Sean. Go for it.
Hardest thing to give up on? Life. Life in general. I don't know. I kind of tend to be a person that likes to go out and do things. I don't like to sit around and do nothing with my life. I have to do something, whether it's I'm in school, working on this podcast, I'm at work. If I'm not doing one of those, I kind of tend to go crazy and lose my mind. So if I were to give up on that, it means I'm going crazy voluntarily. And that's something I don't really want to do at any time in the future.
No, I can kind of relate, I guess, similarly. In my case, the arts, that is my life. And so I couldn't give up on them. I mean, any of it really, that if be it the performing arts, you know, fun music stuff here like this, or really writing. I mean, I'm a novelist on the side, fun things like that, like photography, graphic design, cinematography, any of that. If I were to give that up, likewise, I'm pretty sure I would absolutely lose my mind. So that's a fair assumption. All right, let's see. Which is your favorite four-legged creature and why?
Well, my natural tendency, I guess, would be to say something like a cat or a dog. But that's a little bit vanilla in a way. I mean, maybe I am just vanilla like that.
Hey,
maybe I'm just plain like that.
I'm pretty sure if we smothered you in chocolate or something like that and throw a little bit of whipped cream and a cherry on you, someone would still like it. It's okay.
It's true. I don't know. I don't have that much experience with animals, to be honest.
Jeez, I'm learning new things about you today, Sean. Holy
right.
cow.
I really don't have that much experience. I mean, I've always liked dogs. They're fun to play with. But at times, when you just want to sit down on a couch and a dog's nudging at you, wants to play, it gets really annoying, not going to lie. But if you have a cat,
and there go half of our listeners.
Right? But if you have a cat and you want to play with something like play with a dog like you could, which is amazingly fun.
Yeah.
Your cat just like hisses at you and tries to scratch your face off.
That's because cats are Satan. And there go the other half of our listeners.
But then at the same time, a cat can come over and it can cuddle with you, and it's warm, and it purrs, and it's fun to be with. I mean, it just kind of depends on the situation, I guess.
That's fair. I guess for me then, my preferred four-legged creature, I mean, anything canine absolutely takes the cake for me. Raised dogs, had wolves. I just absolutely love them. They are fantastic. All right, what do we got?
Do you like rainy days or snowy winter days more?
Rainy days or snowy winter days? Honestly, I'm going to say that entirely depends on what the sun's doing, because let's face it, if it's hidden behind some clouds, both of those days suck pretty bad. But if it's out and like, hey guys, sorry about the weather, but guess what? I'm still here. It's kind of warm-ish, then I'm like a phenomenon that go for it.
So it's safe to say you're all for the warm.
Yeah, I'm all for the warm. Well, relatively. I mean, heck, I'd go spend a year up in Iceland in a heartbeat, because I don't care if it's cold as crap. It's still beautiful. But yeah, I mean, like in terms of whether or not it's cloudy, I mean, a phenomenon that occurs here in Utah is something I like to call sun showers, where, I mean, it's the sun shining, it's beautiful outside, you see blue sky in a whole bunch of places, but there's still just some clouds, and it's pouring rain on top of you. And so that, to me, is awesome, because it's all of the perks of sunshine and warm days while, it's raining on you. And rain's fun, too. So that would be my preference out of the two.
I don't know what I'd say. There's obvious to both. I will take a position on this, but I'll explain my situation here.
Okay, I expect deep explanations here, Sean.
I'm an avid skier. I ski a lot, and when I get the chance. Not necessarily a lot. I don't have that kind of money, but
Okay.
But I love to ski. So one of my favorite memories is taking a powder day up at one of the local at Sundance, one of the local ski resorts, and I believe that day was the most snow in the whole state. I believe there's like 37 inches of fresh powder.
Dude.
Not only that, we skipped school and we were the first ones on the mountain.
Okay.
It's days like that us skiers, snowboarders, whatever you like to do, I'm not biased towards one. It's those days that really make the snowy days. But then again, I also like longboarding.
Yeah.
So when you get a little bit of rain out there, it gets kind of fun.
Yeah,
I mean, you can start sliding your board around in ways you couldn't do as easily on dry concrete or pavement. It just doesn't happen. For sake of choosing a side, I think I'm going to go with snowy days.
Okay. That's
because
fair.
there's more to do.
That's fair. Fair.
You can
at
always,
least here in Utah.
Yeah, at least here in Utah, yeah.
I mean, you go out to Oklahoma, from whence I hail, and I mean, if snow happens, it's usually just ice and kind of terrifying. Yeah. And so, I get it out here with the whole skiing and such. Can't exactly ski on flat ground.
Yeah, cross-country skiing, but that's, let's be honest here.
Yeah, probably not going to happen out there. Let's see, you get the next question, man.
Next question. What do you do in your free time?
Free time? What is this?
This is a
free
odd
time.
Concept. I'm kind of a little confused of what this free time is. Yes,
not something I deal with too often. Honestly, what I do with my free time is this kind of stuff, where if I'm not slaving away on the workforce, I'm wrapped up in some other project, I don't really sit and do nothing ever.
I was gonna say, is this not our free time?
Right? This is exactly our free time. Welcome to a weekend, folks. It's stupid early in the morning. This is what we're doing.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's talk about some music before we end it up here.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about you, but when I was younger, and I'm sure some of my family could probably attest to this, I didn't actually really like music.
Really?
And anybody that knows that about me, anybody that knows me today is like, wait, Sean, he's like obsessed with music. You should see his Spotify playlists. Yeah. I mean, you've worked with me on projects where I've been helping out with music and sound, and it's,
and you're out there with your
boom
mic, like,
and
that was the greatest sound
ever. That was
ever.
An amazing sound.
And everybody else just stops and looks at you, and I go,
like,
I'm
sure that was.
Yeah.
But I mean, anybody that knows me nowadays knows I'm obsessed with music.
Yeah.
But when I was little, I specifically remember being in the car thinking, can they just turn the music off? Like,
what?
Why? Can they just turn it off? I don't like this.
Yeah.
And I guess now I've come to realize that I just hated their music. But I mean,
Tastes in music.
that's probably all it was. I just didn't like their music.
Yeah, I
but-
mean, how often do children really love their parents' choice in music and vice versa?
Oh, this was my sisters and brothers and stuff. but-
Even better. There you go.
Right.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, then I guess in that case, Sean, just as a way to bring it together and wrap things up, like, what is your type of music? Like, what gets you excited?
New
New music.
music.
That is a good answer.
I like new music. I mean, anybody else that knows me knows that I do not like country. Sorry, I had to say it. However, I don't hate any type of music.
There you go. That's a good safe
I believe all music is beautiful and is amazing in its own way.
Yes, absolutely.
There are pluses to everything and minuses to everything.
Yep.
I mean, you can't say one is the best. You can't say this one sucks because it doesn't. Somebody took their time. So there was an artist that made that. Okay, you can say a specific song is bad.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That's totally there.
Yeah.
You can okay, that artist really does not know how to make music. That's a
You can
legitimate
do that,
argument
yeah.
for another time. But when it comes to saying that a whole music genre is bad or is garbage or trash or just downplaying any genre, I'm not for it. I have the best respect for any country artist. I may not listen to their music. I may not enjoy their music.
But it's still awesome that they're doing
I'm
what they
entitled
love.
to my own personal opinion.
Exactly.
So, I mean,
exactly.
I probably won't go out and say, hey, let's listen to some Garth Brooks.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, that's just not me. Those are words you will never actually hear me say
I actually like Garth
legitimately.
Brooks sometimes.
And that's okay. That's totally okay. That's okay with me.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's no problem. But to say music that I thoroughly enjoy, I'm all about some of those underground indie bands. I
Yep.
mean, half of Provo's like that. Let's be
No
let's
kidding.
be real here.
No kidding.
So that's kind of what I really like. I love me some good old Dan Auerbach from the Black Keys.
Yep.
Oh man, some good alt J. Some of them are my favorite. You name it. Something along those lines. I love it. They're just great artists. Somebody that shows good talent, has a good tune, and the lyrics are actually good. I mean, it's well thought out. It's not just repetitive garbage. I mean, it may sound a little bit weird, but probably has some deeper meaning to it.
Exactly.
But it was somebody put thought into it. It means something to them.
I mean, for the most part, let's real talk here. Most artists, if they're gonna make a song or a piece of music or anything, it isn't just, oh, let's randomly string this stuff together and see what happens, blah 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 blah.
Right.
I mean, it's thought out. There is intention and meaning in everything that they do.
Right.
I mean, with my experience in all of these other little art forms and such, it's the case. Like, take photography, something as simple as photography, which every Joe Schmo and their dog does these days. Like, outside of them, for the most part, if you actually look at professional photography, every aspect of that was pre-planned. I mean, lighting, shot, cropping, pose, everything. And it's the same thing with music in that every note, sequence, like lyric, everything was premeditated, predetermined, and then put in place. And so it's a beautiful thing. But I guess to dovetail off of you with my own preferences, I absolutely have to agree with you on like the whole indie scene. That's my jam. I mean,
good old indie rock.
Indie rock is great. My preference, just because it's good chill music. Indie folk. I mean, Joshua James, he's my homeboy. I love listening to Joshua James. Like and really any artist like that, singer songwriter type things, because it's less focused on the band as a whole, more about the individual, and it becomes almost an intimate musical experience.
Definitely.
And so, I mean, and that's why we're here. And so, I mean, you guys just be sure to keep following us, checking out our future episodes. Follow us on Instagram at Amplitude_rising. Facebook, tell us
we got a
about
Facebook
that
page. Just feel free to post if you find any new music, somebody that you think we might be interested in. Go ahead and send us a message on Facebook or on Instagram. Send it to us.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe we'll contact the artist, see if we can get him on the show.
Exactly. And if nothing else, we'll absolutely appreciate it. I mean, we are listener driven here.
Exactly.
We're doing this for you guys. We're doing it for the artist. We're here because, I mean, as cliche as it sounds, because we care, because this is something we're passionate about and we want to share it with the world.
That's another thing about music.
You're good.
With all the new ways to get your music nowadays, you got Spotify, you got Apple Music, you got SoundCloud, I think Bandcamp. I mean, there's so many different ways. It's so much easier to share music with people, and it just makes it great. I mean, a song that makes me happy, I love to share it with people. It's like, dude, have you checked out this song? It's great. It just rocks. I mean, it's got that beat. Oh, yeah. I mean,
It's sick, yeah. And that is why we're here. So again, check us out, guys. We'll keep you informed and up to date on these new upcoming artists and everything that they're all about.
Speaking of new artists, if you have songs or music that you'd like to see in our show, we have room for an intro, an outro, and even time to get you in for an interview. If you'd like to be in here for an interview, give us a shout out on Facebook, Instagram, follow us.
Whatever you want to do, just any way you can contact us, let us know.
We've got an email, amplituderising@gmail.com. Send us an email, whatever it takes. Get a hold of us. We'd love to have you on the show. We'd love to feature your music.
Until next time, guys, this is Amplitude Rising with your co-host, Bjorn Holyoke.
And Sean Weitzel.
We'll talk to you then.
I'm the road damager. Now behold the cold and the straight